The browser stop button stops a web page from loading. You may wish to press this if you're viewing a web page and by accident you click a hyperlink which is going to take you away from the current page. By pressing the stop button, it stops the new page from loading. Another reason you may want to use the stop button is if a page is not downloading after clicking its hyperlink. For example, if the web page has been badly written that you've clicked a hyperlink on, it could take a long time for the web page to download, and therefore you would wish to press the stop button. Another reason to use the stop button may be if there's a communication breakdown between the computer you're using and the computer where the web page is stored. Remember, there's lots of telecommunication networking involved on the internet from your computer to where the website is being hosted. It would probably be in a different part of the world. So let's take a look at some images of stop buttons. So on some older browsers, the stop button was always available as a standard tool on the toolbar. These two examples. More modern browsers only have the stop button as the page is loading. This is because there aren't as many broken web pages as there used to be, and websites are better written now than they were many years ago. I want to demonstrate, but I'll try my best. So with that, we'll carry out a basic search for RTE News, and as the page is loading, we'll take a look in this area here. This is the refresh button, which we'll cover at a later stage. And as you're downloading a new web page, you'll see this button change to the stop button. So I'll see, can we force this to happen? So we'll go to RTE News, and I'm going to press enter. Now when I click the hyperlink here, we'll take a quick look at the refresh button and note how it changes to the stop button. Why? In case it doesn't fully download the web page. It will constantly be in a cycle trying to download the web page and failing, and the X button will appear during that full period. And if the X button is still there, it's wise to press it and try another hyperlink or press the refresh button. So let's take a look now. We're observing this area here when we click the hyperlink to see, does it change to the stop button and what happens when you press it. So with that, let's click the hyperlink, and sure enough, it's X. I'm pressing stop, and I just press stop as it fully downloaded. We'll try that again now just to prove a point. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to try and give you a better example of it. So if I press the hyperlink, I'm going to try and stop the page before it downloads to prove the point that it does stop the page from downloading. So click and stop, and as you'll see, it stopped the page from downloading. There's nothing to display because I forced a stop on the web page from downloading. So again, to recap, why would you want to stop a page from downloading? A, if the website was poorly written and the images and texts don't appear to be coming down in the correct order, in the correct manner, or in jumbled up text, the page doesn't make sense, you would press the stop button and try another hyperlink or click the refresh button, which we'll get around to shortly. Also, again, if there was a communication problem between the computer you're using and the computer where the web page is hosted, if there was any breakdown in communication between those 2 points, the page may fail to load correctly, and again, that is why you would want to press the stop button. Refresh button or reload button is this button here, and if you rest your mouse pointer on it, it says reload this page. So why would you want to use the refresh button? I'll give two examples. In the first example, you've stopped the page downloading because there was some fault with the web page, whether there was a communication issue or whether the web page was poorly written. You want to give it another chance by pressing refresh or reload. Reload this page, rte.ie/news, reload the news page. So with that, we're going to click the reload button to watch the page reload. 1, 2, 3, click. And the page has fully reloaded. You saw the stop button disappear, which means this page is now fully loaded. Example of using the refresh button. You may have read these latest news headlines at 8:30 this morning. Your laptop computer is still on. You've had your breakfast, maybe walked down to the news agent, to the shop or the park, and you've come back to your PC again, your laptop, several hours later, and you're still on the same page. But this is the page from 8:30 this morning that you viewed. It's now, for example, 11:30 or 12 o'clock in the day. By pressing the refresh button or reload button, it reloads the latest page, in this case, the latest news page from RTE. So by clicking the refresh button on this particular page, you will get the latest news headlines, not from 8:30 this morning, but from the current time, 11:30 or 12 o'clock. Obviously I can't give an example of that, but hypothetically, by clicking the refresh button, you can see the page is refreshing with the latest breaking news.